Hi there, Walt McGuire with Rocketgraph here, and this is the next in our 2-minute tutorial series. This video is a continuation of the previous one I recorded in which I use our Rocket Chat interactive tool to ask a large language model to tell me what patterns of fraud might exist in my data. In other words, what do people do when they're trying to hide their money? What might I do to find it? As a reminder, what I did last time was I went and I asked my model a question along the lines of what patterns of fraud might exist in the data. It provided me a list of things. I then went and asked for an English language question recommendation that I can take and turn that into something to go into the Data Explorer. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to close this window. I'll go to my Data Explorer. And it's carried over stuff from the last time. So I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to show you how I got to this. So what we have here is our query interface. Let's suppose, as an analyst, I'm not a Cipher expert. I don't know how to write the query, so I'm going to ask the model to help me. We're going to use some new functionality in Rocketgraph. This allows me to share and bookmark content. And what I did earlier was I actually saved the query that I edited to save the English language query I edited to submit to the model. So this is a derivative of the last one where I'm looking for transactions within a short time frame that might exceed a certain threshold amount. You can see it provides me a Cipher explanation, it gives me some insights, and it writes me a query. Now, as is, this query is unusable. The reason for that is that this is 2020, it's dated 2023. Synthetic data set's dated 2019. So I'm going to use my bookmark again. I edited this query to change the date time frame. I saved it. And now it's 2019, starting just after midnight on January 1st and ending at 20 minutes past the hour on January 1st. That's a pretty short time frame. Let's see what transactions we get in that window. I have a completed query here. It's returned 2,090 rows. I've got a table of data here, but that's not really the most interesting part. Let's go find the pattern that looks like it might be worth searching. So I'm going to go down to my Explorer here, and I'm going to search around. I see a couple different things. Some single transfers and so on, but look at this pattern right here. Let's zoom in on this guy. Isn't that interesting? I have a number of transactions from different accounts in the space of a few minutes, and the dollar amounts, they vary. 2,700, 3,900, 2,093, and so on. They're all under $5,000, which is a common threshold for things like tax reporting and other forms of reporting. So this is interesting stuff. I'm going to send this out to the team for more research. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to click the download button. I have now identified the fraudulent pattern. I've downloaded the data set, and now I can share that with teams who can go research this. So stay tuned for the next video pair, which I'm going to record, and I'm going to do something similar with the net flow data that we provide with Rocketgraph.